I need to go pee.
That's how it starts. I gave a countdown to avoid this, and look what happens.
Well, but Ricardo was telling you to wait to do the countdown.
That's how it starts now.
Okay. So
right.
re-say the thing that you were saying that was supposed to be the start of the episode.
I was for sure that she was going to be, like, evil. And it seems to me that, like, while she's not, like, a villain, she is, like, you know, she was obviously very explicitly, like, pro-instigation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just, like... She's probably pro-instigation stuff because she, like, thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, I think that she was evil, and that us each giving her points of connection made her not evil.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that sword would have been even more fucked up if we didn't do that. Maybe it would have been the fucking blade in the dark if we didn't do that. Maybe it would have been the scariest, most fucked up thing ever. Yeah, Roma, you don't know the blade in the dark, but I think
I know about the blades in the dark.
Yeah, you do know. Yes, that is the name of a game where that. Yeah,
that is where that comes from. Wow, like emotional high flying all over this.
Goddamn.
All over this.
Yeah,
it's a very emotional episode.
Mm-hmm.
Sheila had a panic attack this episode. And yelled at somebody.
Oh yeah, Rio.
I cost you a point.
Mm-hmm.
I cost you a point. I hope that it was, you consider it to be well spent.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was well spent.
I think that's well spent.
I feel like we're doing real good things to the timeline.
Yeah, I agree. I want you got there before me when you were telling her it's like, oh yeah, we're we're time travelers. And I was really trying to figure out how to drop the exact line. We are from an altered future. But I'll do it some other time. You were dropping lines, Roma.
Yeah.
It's something crashed again. I forget the exact wording, but like, thrown against the rocks or whatever you said.
Yeah.
Smashed against the rocks, the shore.
Yep.
Also, there's we did more ocean stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh. How do you? What do you feel like with the ocean and everything? I feel overall satisfied that we were able to salvage that situation.
Yeah, I think we did a good job.
Mm-hmm. I like that you implemented. What is it? Rule number 1,
which is remember your magic.
Remember your magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna slam you down at the bottom of the ocean. Figure it out.
Yeah, we went directly into remembering we were magic.
Yeah.
And that's like the first of the gigantic swings that I took that ties it together really well.
Yeah, Jack was swinging this episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I technically got 3 whole points.
So that big golem wasn't evil.
That
makes sense. It's a golem. Golems are like usually pretty good coded.
Yeah, that's a good conclusion to have.
Yeah. The one golem is a good guy. I sense Tarbuck contention with that.
Well, because no, I agree with that analysis generally,
Okay.
and I think this is going to turn into a new tenet. I'm gonna quote the Steven Universe line. I'm going to try talking to her.
I'm gonna try talking to her. Yeah.
Yeah. How do we feel about? Because the episode was pretty long. That was a pretty long episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot covered, a lot of ground covered. There. Yeah, the next. We're gonna have some fun. We have some fun ones coming up, but to keep talking about this one. Yeah. You know, you got shoved to the bottom of the ocean. You had three very good scenes before that.
Yeah.
That I liked all of. I liked how they came out.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. Zalon, the conversation I wanted to have with you before you started munching crabs was like, so like, how hungry are you? How you doing with that? And it was gonna be like a very positive, friendly conversation that I wanted you to have to like white lie your way through.
Yeah.
But then you just went and like, yeah.
No, we're mask off. None of that. None of that.
Yeah. No,
circling. None of that circling
not,
BS.
He is honest about what it is he's going through.
Sure.
He does not want to make it like it's not about like this is why I say betrayal is like a harsh word, because he does not intend to like betray whatever this mission is.
Right. He's just like grasping it. Yeah.
Because like magic doesn't make as much sense to him as it might to you all.
Sure.
So
Harbuck,
he's like,
how do you feel about that Hoshama dialogue you had? That's not one that I prepped, so I don't know what you would thought.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about it.
I was winging it. Is what I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to know that you aren't always winging it.
Yeah, I'm usually not.
Mm-hmm.
When I say not winging it, that means I've thought about the session that you're currently playing ahead of time, and I imagine versions of all these scenes.
Sure.
Like you guys getting.
Gotcha. You didn't think somebody was gonna reach out and check on how Hoshama was holding up?
I was going to instigate that myself later, but you just kind of jumped on it, so it's fine. I just didn't specifically think through that one. I thought we wouldn't have had that much time for stuff.
Did you feel good about like the things that I was trying to say to him?
Yes. No, I think you were doing very good.
Okay. I kind of want to flag how like positive everything is with Jack Efron right now, as partially a result of what has been burned away.
Yeah.
Like,
Jack.
Because some of what Jack lost, Jack is a sad character.
Everything about Jack
some of what has been burned away was like past trauma that made him a more cynical person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his
and like
seemed gone.
It's not even actually gone. It's being like the conviction of do not compromise when fighting for the future is realizing that being cynical is the compromise.
Yeah.
That it's mixing your ethics. Yeah. And like
now that's lining.
So while that's lining. some of the details of his own shitty life are being obscured because, like, you know, bits of yourself got burned away, but a lot of the feelings of it are still there.
Yeah.
And when at least in Jack's particular case, I don't think this is true of people generally, but in Jack's particular case, especially because he is a fictional person whose thoughts and motivations I can make up, having some of the things that he has spent his entire life focusing on suddenly be more remote from his attention in this way, like, does come with a certain amount of release. So even though a lot of those feelings are still left behind, it doesn't immediately spring from, well, I feel this way because of this, this, and this, and so all of those feelings are correct to the world. Yeah, and while I personally think that his feelings, those feelings are correct to the world, yes, because I actually am this cynical. There's room for doubt and character growth and stuff.
I mean, I
think that's how I've decided to take the Jack Efron merger.
I think the the evolution of your character, I like it because you are prompted to think in a very different way. You're prompted to think a lot of the thoughts that you have as a person by like the situation that you live in. Like before, like basically almost 2 years ago at this point, you got a goat body. 2 years ago, you were in college and you were like a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And now you have like a month of fighting the government, fighting robots, storming military bases, going on ranger expeditions to blow up evil robot mountain factories. Going raiding the Pentagon building. And then past that, like 2 years of living as a literal animal in the woods. Like fighting, like only very occasionally, like fighting for dear life, but most of the time just like chilling and like living in appreciation for it. There's a lot of room to remove cynicism when things are so stark.
Yeah. And like I also I don't want it to only be like the removal of stuff, because, well, that was the mechanism and everything. That was I was trying to make a lot of my delivery in how I was talking to Emilius cum Emily be like, I want that to rhyme with when I was talking about the shade that was like trying to get at the gold and silver in the trophy case.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, no, wait, guys, I think it's sad.
Yeah.
So there are seeds of this from way back that are paying off now.
Which nicely mirrors the fact that Sheila was so scared of that thing that she was gonna try to like burn it. That's another mirror there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, good thing the lawn didn't try to eat.
Oh man, that would have been so bad if Zalon ate some of Emily.
Zalon was ready to fight her. I'm not gonna lie.
So was Sheila. She was fucking ready.
Zalon really doesn't like Emilius. Really
No,
not
the
a fan.
advice, the advice that that Sheila got from Janai in Sheila's panic brain read to her as, yeah, you gotta throw some hands.
Okay. The final way that I've phrased Tenet 7 is conversation before violence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
That's good.
That's definitely the theme of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we have so far been very eager to leap into violence anytime something spooky happens, such as where there's a giant orange eye, we're immediately like, dragon, kill it.
Yeah. I mean, it was trying to hurt us.
Yeah.
But why was it doing that?
To protect Lady.
Mm-hmm.
But we wanted to help her.
I think the reason that it was doing that is not totally clear. And in fact, that bears some archaeology. I think we should go looking around.
What if we find more?
We are... Then we can talk to one.
Do you think they'd be interested in talking? Do they have like a kinship we need to be worried about?
Good question. I think that brings Zalon's total up to 6, by the way, today.
Yeah, I've got this tally of 6.
Yeah, 6 things eaten.
And also,
I'm finally keeping tallies.
If we're starting with 1, potentially, if you start at 1,
ooh, that's a good question.
Based on my realization today in the car, what's going on there?
Yeah, do you remember what I held up for Jack's when you asked how many Jack had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on 8, wasn't I?
You were.
I said like 7 and then I did a half finger.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for that, I'm marking everybody up 1. So that brings Sheila's at 2, Zalon is at 7, and Jack is at 8.
I think I purged all mine.
It might still count. We don't know.
It might still count. Maybe I'm just not hungry when I have it. That's all.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Oh.
I don't think I can touch the sword again.
Ricardo, that's so true.
I think if I actually connect to the sword, that might count as the last one. I don't think so, but I'm not going to chance it.
Yeah.
I think I can touch the sheath, but not the sword. I can't even grasp the hilt.
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it.
Yeah.
Are there any additional thoughts about the dialogue you just had? One of the things I was often thinking about when I was like the last time that we brought this up, last time we brought up the, I don't know if this is going to be the last thing that people can understand or the first thing they don't understand. I was thinking about this scene in particular.
I see. Yeah, I think
I consider it like a very like kind of like low, like kind of a sweep kick of an emotion of like what you would expect.
Yeah.
Because you know, I imagine it subverts expectations in a way that you not only would not like. It's not only something you wouldn't expect, but it's also something that you're not necessarily comfortable with.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
It genuinely made both me and my character extremely uncomfortable and like confused.
Yeah, that was
until like I started to get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Zalon was annoyed because he didn't know whether he was supposed to kill it or leave it alone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Zalon should
No,
think about
I,
what that means.
Yeah, I think you like got up to do something, but I said to my fellow players, it's interesting that she was like, when we were talking about like, oh, he's fucking cursed. She was like, no, he's not. He's just living. He's just being a guy. He's supposed to do that. And I think
Are you saying that Sheila was thinking that?
no.
Oh.
That's what Amelia said.
Yeah, that's what Amelia said.
Which I think is an interesting that's interesting to think about.
Yeah. Also, the narration definitely says that Aemilius is directly responsible for the existence of the flock.
How so?
The mother that mourning the mother they never knew.
Yeah.
Like how you call them a flock and not a herd.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's a flock of sheep and a herd,
No, because it's like she had wings.
Yep. Flock is for both things.
Oh, flock is for birds too.
Yep.
Oh shit. Are there any birds in Command Line?
I can think of some.
Are there any birds in Command Line?
Shall I give a hint?
There were certainly bird footprints.
Yeah, I was gonna say Phil brought this.
Oh, the gnomes, the gnome book. Yo, the fucking. Sometimes I forget that this is the same game.
I think it's easy too. I don't blame you.
I think it's easy to forget that this is the same game. Oh, I forgot about the fucking gnomes book.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Man, how many people read that not knowing?
All right, so I also gotta ask, does everybody like the way that I explained the tree thing to the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Okay.
I thought you played
that
scene perfectly.
That was definitely something that I was thinking about. Like the realization of why that would be was happening during their conversation.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were picking up the signals.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get their perspective firmly in there, and I thought that was a good way of showing it.
I think it's cool that I broke the rules without even knowing it.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about that scene, and I was thinking about when you did that, like in front of them. I was like, they probably have words about that. They probably think that that's really arrogant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not sure. But they wouldn't be sure if you're allowed to do it.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna say it.
If you're allowed to do it.
Maybe these goats are kind of lame. Like they're nice. They're nice.
Yeah,
but also like Tarbuck, you said it yourself, they have no self-preservation instinct, which is like a really important thing to have. Ricardo, what were you
That's just kind of what Caprins are like.
If Talbot did not take initiative on that scene, I was definitely gonna tell him like, "Yo, that shit kind of whack, bro." I'm like, if you want to climb a tree, then climb the tree. Like, it's chill.
Mhm.
That definitely fits with where your characters are at.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Like, and I want the realization of the reason why to be like uncertain to the viewer. Like,
Yeah.
is this me just going along with what Hoshama has said? Is this Efron's belief? Is this something that Jack has realized? Like, what is the interplay happening here?
Yeah.
I think here's the interesting thing. I think
Mhm.
About your answer, or here's like analysis of your answer and what like that's like a microcosm for, right? Like I think people, especially like nowadays, everybody's so we have the internet, we have knowledge, right? We're
Mhm.
like looking back at the past and like criticizing like tradition and like conservatism, right? I think people are like really quick to like dismiss like tradition and like rules and stuff like
Mhm.
that. With like uh they like quick to dismiss it as like, oh, that's like old people shit. We don't need to follow that anymore. It's like rooted in all this whatever. It's like rooted in all these like bad things, right? And it's like
Mhm.
your answer today like looked at this thing that I looked at uncritically, like, oh, this is like, bro, it's a tree. You can climb it if you want freedom and all that kind of shit, right? And you looked at it and you like try to find like a reason why it would exist, right? You didn't just dismiss it for like, oh, that's tradition, old rule, cringe, right? You like looked at it and try to find like an actual meaning, in it.
Mhm.
And I think, and like I'm not gonna say every tradition is like that, but I think it's very valuable to try and like try and do that with like everything we like look back on that's like tradition and like rules like kind of uncritically now.
Yeah, yeah. I think that like in our actual lives, it's the rate of a tradition where the thinking behind it holds up is like 1 in 20 or something like that. But 1 in 20 is huge. If
Yeah.
1 in 20 of the stones outside of your house were rubies, that would be a big deal.
Yeah, and your the conclusion you came to is entirely reflective of you no longer having that cynicism like within you, or like wanting to like
Yeah.
feed that cynicism. That is truly an enlightened person answer.
Yeah.
Now it also helps that I was cheating with that. Do you remember the other thing that I said immediately after that scene?
What did you say?
It was, wow, Roma, you really have paid close attention to everything I've ever said.
Sure. There's some Bible shit going on there. That's clear.
No, I mean that plants do have an apparatus of spirit that is different than people and animals.
Yeah.
But it's not nothing.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, wow, what a deep compliment. And hearing Ricardo give like a large expose on like the meaning behind it as a scene, I'm like, cool. That was a little 6-minute analysis video about the thing that I wrote.
Yeah.
Which
is all that I want.
And it was right on the money too. It's really that's a good insight to have there. This is so good.
Yeah, we did good work.
The reason I was thinking about that.
Look, I'm trying to write fiction that's so good it'll be on your 3x3. That's my goal.
The reason you were thinking about that.
Yeah, the reason I was thinking about that is because I was watching like a podcast and they were discussing there was like this situation they were discussing where this like woman was getting married, right? And like her father was gonna pay or like help pay for the marriage or whatever, but like she was like,
Mhm.
I don't want to be walked down the aisle because that's rooted in like oh, like this is my daughter, I'm giving you permission to like take her. It's rooted in like weird ownership
Mhm.
thing over like women, right?
Yeah.
And like the two podcasters had like opposing views, right?
Mhm.
One of them was like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
like she's so right for not wanting to like the thing about it was when she told him that, he was like, oh, I don't feel like paying for the wedding anymore, right? That's like the conflict there.
Yeah.
Right, and like one of the
Mhm.
podcasters was like yeah, he's an asshole and manipulative for like not for like wanting to rescind the payment because he doesn't get to participate in this like traditional whatever. And the other one was like, you know, she's so right, like there's literally nothing wrong with the situation. Like and I'm like, because like if we I because like if you're getting married like now, right, you have like millennial parents, like old millennial parents, and I
Mhm.
don't think they as like steeped and like rooted in
Mhm.
that culture anymore. I think we're so far removed from like, oh, I own my daughter. I'm offering my daughter. I'm releasing the ownership of my daughter to her husband. Right.
Yeah.
I don't think I think we're far enough removed from that timeline that it's just like, okay, if you're born if you become a father, that's like a thing you look forward to. I get to walk my daughter down the aisle. It's like a cool tradition thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know.
Well, I have the other take on this, which is that those traditions, many of the things that we think are very old, are just like 100 years or less.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like the dad giving the daughter away thing. How far back does that go, really? Are we sure? Because like if like I don't know about this, but if we were to learn that came about in the 20s, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
No, it goes back. It goes back further than that. I
Yeah,
really yeah
but it doesn't go back to the Bronze Age.
yeah.
Uh, uh, because like even just like the 1800s, the way that a marriage was done was pretty different. Like a formal ceremony in which there was even like your family in attendance, that wasn't guaranteed. A lot of times you just wore the best stuff that you had and carried like the like a symbol of your profession with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like so if you sweep, then you carry a broom with you, and you both go to the courthouse, and it's done or there at the courthouse in like a quick little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like the idea of a wedding dress was really just for nobles, and even
Mhm.
then, the white wedding dress is even newer than that.
Yeah.
That was Victoria, I think.
I wouldn't be
Whatever.
surprised. I don't know, but I mean that.
What I'm getting at essentially is that
Mhm.
like I feel like with a lot of things, especially with people
Mhm.
on the internet, we like criticize like I'm not defending them, by the way. I hate these people. I don't think they're reasonable, right?
Mhm.
But we criticize a certain group of people for lacking nuance in perspective, and then it's like, oh, we just do that, but the opposite way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want all of my rejections of tradition to be like very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Such staunch refutation of something can, in and of itself, be just as ignorant as the thing that you're trying to refute if you aren't mindful about what you're doing.
Mhm.
If it's
I,
not,
Mm,
if you're,
I don't want to
this
stress it too far in the other direction. Like I'm going to put effort into trying to think about why the tradition exists in the first place.
Mhm.
And usually I'm going to wind up rejecting the thing. But if you can give me a good reason, like a compelling reason, I'm not just going to like shrug that off.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. at least.
Mm-hmm.
And like I want to bring, because like I think this is I think my perspective is how do I want to say this? Like I feel like uh, I don't know enough about like American history and tradition to like make this kind of like to make a comparison. But like a lot of things that we do in Trinidad, right, as a result of like it's like counter culture to
Mhm.
like white supremacy and like colonialism,
Yeah.
or it's like we like it has been influenced by like colonialism and white supremacy. So it's like there are certain things where it's like easier to be like to just dismiss it on like some like on like a from like a cynicalist perspective, but then there's like things where it's like less easy to do that because it's not really rooted in like any kind of like hierarchical or like power dynamic thing. It's like, oh, this is just what they did and it's weird, but you know,
Mhm.
there's no like subjugation or like diminishing of another person in it, but it's just like way that we do this.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Since this is a bonus episode of Command Line, not to veer all the way back to topic, but dude, wasn't it so cool when Jack did a big roll?
Yes, it was
Yes.
very cool.
Yeah.
I'm
I liked
prompting
it.
additional thoughts about it.
No, that was fucking crazy.
Man, there were a couple of big rolls there.
Yeah, I mean when you had a plus
We never
12.
cracked 25. Oh, the plus 12 was really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what's up with the moon.
Yeah,
Is the moon an eye? There wasn't a moon before, remember?
That's fucking so fucking true. Oh my god, you're right.
Does the moon existing now have something to do with Emilius?
Maybe. Why is it pink? Is that like Nick Drake?
That might be the result of somebody else
Maybe.
taking actions.
I mean, yeah, there's
that
other
could
people.
be. Yeah, that could be a Hantayumi thing.
There's other actors in the world.
I feel like a pink moon is bad because of prior experience.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's yeah.
There you go.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
What?
Yo,
Oh,
Yeah.
right. You're talking about
Yeah.
Dwarf Moon. You're talking about Dwarf. You're
Yeah.
talking about your previous campaign.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable. That pink
Yeah.
moon was bad news.
Hey, Simon.
That
That
pink
pink
moon
moon
was
was
bad
really
news.
bad news.
Hey, Simon.
Yeah.
Are you excited to meet the soul survivor from another world next time?
Oh my.
so
Dude,
this
you have
was
me so
Prisoner of
fucking
No
paranoid now.
Renown.
Yeah.
This was the first of no renown. Mm.
They were given to you in the order you would meet them.
Of course they were.
I know, but like
classic fable.
but okay. This is so there was some doubt about her being the woman of no renown, right? So like when she
Yeah.
gave us the book, and it like we saw like a gap, in like where the lights were. I'm like, oh, the person of no renown. We go to where there's no light, because why would somebody why would somebody of like a person of no renown would have no like linkage to them.
That's an interesting thought.
I'm excited I got the book.
Dr.
Feel good about it.
Hantayumi, soul survivor from another world. I'm really. This is a big thinker.
I mean, the only other person like us.
But
we're not the only
it
people who came back from the future.
But the conductor said they were from another world. So a different world. So either they're talking about another world from the one we're in, or another world from this entire continuity, from here to where we were.
Here's my perspective.
Yeah.
A soul survivor from another world. I think, like, as far as we know, we did not survive.
Those 2 words in front of Simon.
Yeah, we died. So like, it could be that somebody from our world survived.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you need to explain that to Ricardo, or they're gonna keep saying it.
So the term soul survivor, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the title of a song from the album Fire of Unknown Origin. Fire of Unknown Origin is the album that Wars was based on.
Oh.
Soul
okay,
Survivor.
So place your bets. Who do you think that that refers to? If this is if the other world winds up being Wars.
Soul Survivor, Cursed with Second Sight, Hardened Savior, Cry into the Night. That is a line that I will recite for the class here.
Mm-hmm.
The liners on the forums are going crazy.
The liners on the forums are losing their fucking minds.
I love taunting them from on high.
The soul survivor of another world, huh? What world could that be?
Well, my initial read was that we're not the only people intervening in the past. And in fact, our timeline was the result of someone else intervening in the past.
Roma, I cannot believe you're giving me Wars schizophrenia in command line.
In 2024?
This is ridiculous.
I think we're from the second timeline, and we are currently creating the third timeline.
Right. Yeah, we were from an altered future.
Yeah.
Soul survivor from another world. This is because see, this is a different brain process now. The command line lining is a very different feeling from Wars schizophrenia. It's very different. Wars schizophrenia, like my head gets hot.
Yeah, that's also thematic.
Yes, correct.
Wars is all about turning your brain on fire.
Mm-hmm. Much to think about.
I'm really surprised that Emilius reincarnated.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was bewildering.
I mean, we connected her. You know?
Mm-hmm. What's going up in the South by Southwest? Why is that empty?
Yeah, why is that empty?
Oh boy.
Why is it empty indeed?
I think I know why it's empty.
Is it because of a lot of death?
I think it's because Humbaba's there.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That would make sense.
yeah. That's my assessment of the situation. Yeah.
Specifically, not South by Southwest. It's West by Southwest.
Which is the exact
West by
opposite.
south.
If I recall correctly, he got washed away from the direction we were going.
Okay. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I think that's Humbaba. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. I mean, and we knew this would happen. If we continued on our quest and left Humbaba behind, he was going to be a guy back there.
Yeah, I don't know if we were ready for Humbaba.
Yeah, I mean, we could have tried to do a similar thing to him, but
I don't know that it would have worked just yet.
I was gonna try to turn him into wood, see if he would burn himself up from the inside. When I had that crone inside my gut, that was my plan. Is I was gonna make him that and see if he would just combust because he was too he would burn himself up.
That sounds like it would release the Balrog into the world.
Correct, which is why I didn't do it. If you were there during that episode, I was like, you were like, oh, I'm gonna teleport the ruby onto the guy, and I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. I have another idea that's similar, but it's probably really bad. It was that.
Gotcha. Okay. How do people feel about my move towards trying to heal Emilius? Or Emilius?
Good.
I mean, not to spoil anything, but I loved it.
I mean, yeah. What? Yeah.
Was it surprising? Is the thing that I'm going for?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Interesting. I thought it was surprising.
No.
I think in my head I was like, I mean, I don't know if I have it in me to be the one who says I'm gonna try to heal her, and then you stepped up.
Interesting. Can you dig into that?
I mean, Sheila was just so fucked up, in that moment.
Because she was having flashbacks.
Well, a combination of the fight with Zalan and having the sword being taken away, and seeing her and not knowing what she's supposed to do, not understanding what this having a bad hold on the situation freaks her out, and the fact that it's Emily freaks her out, and so on and so forth.
Man, I keep thinking about how Emilius's personality felt kind of everywhere until we started connecting to her. Them.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Are angels they them, Tarbuck?
I believe so, yeah.
Emilius is she her.
Okay. Fair enough.
For all the liner fan art out there.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're referred to them or she the whole time.
Yeah, she is not a plural baby.
The reason I didn't find it surprising was the trajectory of your character this session. If we mess up at the beginning of session, I'd have been like, whoa. But because all the events that happened during, I was like, no, this makes sense. This makes sense for where Jack is right now.
That's good.
Tarbuck, I realized something. In the first episode of the show, You do a bit as Jack. And I forget. I'm gonna try to recite it to you. I think it's something like Jack is introducing himself to Danny.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack says, "Hey, I'm Jack N. Fletcher. The N stands for NASA. Want to go to space?"
Yeah.
And so the middle initial bit is session 1.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's because I'm literally just doing Joey Jeremiah from Degrassi.
Right.
Which you then did at King of the People of in the Sky, the King of the People of the Sky, and in Neil Uruk. You did that at him.
Yeah, had to tie it together.
And man, that joke's so good. That joke's in like the first 20 minutes of the show. Of like, yeah, the N stands for NASA. Want to go to space? That's like, that's next because it's right after. It's right after Danny like on some aliens shit, and that's why you say it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Danny believes too much in aliens to begin to understand magic.
Does Danny
Sure, he just has like such a different.
Does Alon believe in aliens?
Salon, short answer, yes.
The long answer, qualified yes.
The long answer, yeah, the long answer is there obviously is shit out there that is not that's not only where he lives.
What does the class think about that?
I mean, I guess angels count as aliens. Lol.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Like you're just figuring out. You've said this for years, and
yeah,
we joke about it. We joke about it
constantly.
We joke about
Yeah,
how
all the
UFO people be like, dude, isn't it so funny that like this thing of this painting of an angel looks like a UFO? What if UFOs were real back then? And we both like face palm, like, dude, you almost got there.
Yeah.
You're so close. You're so close.
They're like, wow, this why'd they have this paint? Why does this painting have a UFO in it, dude? Conspiracy? Actually, just culturally, that's just what they depicted angels as for a while, and it's like,
huh? I wonder why,
dude.
I wonder why.
Can you
I wonder why. Wonder why they did. I wonder why they did that.
Yeah, too bad you didn't walk in the corner. There's just a pill. There's a giant pill.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we still on the fucking bonus episode?
Yeah, I can stop it.
God,
We're still
I'm
on the
exhausted. I'm like so exhausted. Goddamn. Not that we need to stop. I'm just like reflecting on my mental state.
I am ready to sleep. So
Okay, we can wrap it there.
Well, good episode. I feel like we've had 3 real banger episodes. The last 3 have been real good.
Yes. The next one will be the next one.
Yeah.
We might be lining, but we're also banging.
It's true.
All right.
Soul Survivor, Curse with Second Sight, Heart and Savior, Cry into the Night.